Your Psychic Astrocast by YILDIZ Readings 5D, your psychic medium, soul coach, and intuitive astrologer online. Do you want it all in one place? Are you tired of getting less and really wanting more? Are you ready for a better ride? The First Wives Club says it best: don't get mad, get everything. If you're ready for your guidance from point A to point B in love, career, wellness, and more, join our Psychic Astrocast with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Let's get your life roadworthy and ready for success. Get it all with psychic updates, intuitive astrology, soul coaching, and more. Information is power. Welcome to our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Yes, we are going to dive into the what, why, where, when, and how, and have a look at what's coming up this month to best navigate it. We'll first look back at last month to make some sense and context of it, and then into the must-know transits for the month. Yes, we have all areas covered. You can stream forward and stream back to the area of concern, and please feel free to visit us online at yildizreadings.com for your VIP edition. These are covered bi-monthly, and yes, as I mentioned, in the future, these may become a weekly edition. Now, those of you that are keen to really understand what went down last month to help you best navigate moving forward, especially if you were really up in your head to do with a particular area in your life, I'm going to help you make some context of that. Separately, we're then going to get straight into the updates for the big boy transits for the month of July 2022. If you do wish to, you can stream forward into the section that you find is most interesting or important to you at this point in time. Without further ado, let's take a look down memory lane. Now, yes, we did have quite a heavy transit last month, and especially due to the fact we were having a double Mercury retrograde. Even though it did go direct by the 3rd, shadow direct, it was a double Mercury retrograde. And during Mercury retrogrades, as we all know, they can be quite tedious. This one, being a double whammy, did cause a lot of conflict. We may have seen in the collective, in our working environment, lack of staff, extra burdens with their schedules, stress levels, and conflict mentally and physically. We had a full moon on the 14th in Sagittarius. Now, yes, this again did take us back to the past, all the way back to the eclipse season in 2021. So if you can remember back, very much linking to when we had a Venus retrograde, we did have an eclipse in Sagittarius. So psychically, I was picking this would feel a little bit like an eclipse, and it was because it was ending that cycle. So if you can think back to 2021 and situations that you personally were dealing with, you were closing that cycle. Now, Neptune also was gearing up, ready to go retrograde by the 28th of July. This did come very close to that new moon in Cancer, which are the themes that we will be moving into the month of July 2022 with. The other thing I can say is, due to the fact we are so close at the end of the month moving into July with that, those are themes that will continue into the month of July 2022. This can be a time where things become very transparent, very realistic. Initially, we may experience it and feel a little bit disillusioned, unsafe, and projectile. So, forewarned, forearmed. Now, the must-know for July 2022, as mentioned previously, is the recovery of Neptune retrograde. During that cycle, in the area of Pisces, you will be quality assuring and taking a very realistic approach. Retrogrades don't have to be negative. They're a time of introspection and adjustment. This month, we have a full moon in Capricorn and a new moon in Leo. We also have JUNO, the asteroid of marriage, moving retrograde, which can at a collective level cause triggers within relationships, be it you're single or couple. Those blasts from the past, like Venus retrograde, can occur. I'm hosting a webinar on the 12th if you want that added support. Moreover, this does retrograde on the 24th of July. Deep healing, we do have Aries in Chiron moving retrograde on the 19th of July. This also can be a time where we can reflect, we can heal, and we can gain extra courage to deal with any of those emotional challenges. Jupiter also by the 19th will move retrograde. When it does come to expansion, transformation, and jumping in the deep end, we may feel that we're going backwards. Now, this doesn't have to be a negative thing. This can be a time within our charts and within our lives where we are reflecting and quality assuring those actions and steps forward for 2024. Virgos, the month of socialization and change. Big changes afoot for you. Yes, you are jumping into the deep waters. You could be well sought after and really be reflecting upon where you stand in your love life. Now, this can be a really wonderful time to connect with individuals, but I also feel at a very personal level, you're diving deep. This can be a time that you're reflecting inside your own mind to do with your relationship sector. This could be relating to a particular person. It could be about a past tense individual or directly somebody that you're tuning into now. I just feel it's to do with someone. That's one of the channeled messages that's coming through. Now, what I do see for you in the first week is, like I mentioned, a lot of really reflecting upon how to nurture some of your hopes and dreams and aspirations, how you tackle circumstances when it comes to love, but also how you want to dive in. I do feel you're looking at your purpose in life, and if being single, sometimes it's like, well, we've got to have an aspiration. Some of you can be diving in the deep end where it does come to career, and it can be super active this month. I also feel that you may have had wounds coming up, but I feel you're keeping them really privy to yourself. I feel you're putting that brave face on. It's not that you don't understand people, but I feel at the moment you're trying to understand self. We can't be everything to everyone. And I feel you're being a little bit hard on yourself to do with that, but I do feel it's going to ease up. As we do move to the 5th of July, 2022, we have Mars enter into the house of Taurus, and you could have very strong beliefs, but you also could have a desire to travel. Our value systems can be shifting. Now, as we move to the second week, this can be a time of deeply reflecting. And I feel some of you could bump into individuals. Some of you could be hearing gossip from afar, but you could be up in your head. So try and do all you can to be productive, but also to take time to meditate and relax and to be open to these brand new experiences coming your way. As we move to the 10th, we do have situations happening at home, and you may feel like you have that inner child emotion coming up. You also could have a circumstance surrounding family. I also feel as we move towards the full moon in Capricorn, this can be a big change. Now, collective consciousness is showing potentials for a lot of pregnancies. So on an FYI, be cautious. Now, yes, you guys do have rumbles with Juno, the asteroid of marriage, going retrograde this month. Come through, join us for the webinar. This is going to be a very interesting month for all Virgos on the planet, and it can change your status. You also can be hearing from those blasts from the past, and there can be conflict. If you do want to join us, we do have the VIP edition that does dive deeper into both singles, couples, business, twin flame path, and more. Let's have a look at those of you who are in a coupledom. Couples, yes, big changes. Last month we had Neptune in Pisces move retrograde, and there could have been some revelations between you and this connection. You're also going to find, as I mentioned for singles, Juno will be retrograding. So both Neptune and Juno in the same house, dreams and disillusionment, you could feel like you're up in your head. Separately, I do feel there's large goals here. There could be a very large situation of a brand new plan being forged, and I definitely see you guys being very social. Yes, we could have surprise pregnancies and a subject matter relating to romance coming to a head and end, or having a brand new beginning. For those of you that have been having conflict inside your relationship, Juno retrograde can pose challenges. So as I mentioned, we do have the added support online of the webinar with YILDIZ readings. Career, yes, it can be super active. We do also have a lot of changes surrounding that. Now, you can be networking. This can be a great time for jumping in the deep end, launching projects in the month of July. The first 2 weeks do bring about some changes, and it definitely have potential for challenges. Now, that's between the 2nd and the 3rd. Now, I also see Mercury in the house of Gemini until the 5th has been enhancing your career sector. As it moves forward, this can motivate you and can help you actually grow that wealth, but it's going to take more responsibilities. Definitely by the second week, be super cautious surrounding superiors and accountability. We could bite off more than we can chew, and we do need to be cautious of that frustration and communication, especially when it comes to our social responsibilities as well as our belief systems. Now, yes, we do dive deeper into the wealth area online, and there is potentials, as I mentioned, for wealth, but I also feel some of these things that you're jumping into could take a lot more responsibility and effort. So bear that in mind when making major decisions associated to creative projects, group activities, and career. Now you're working hard, and this can be working hard to get fit, working hard, point blank zero, and a lot more on your plate. Some of these things could make you super emotional and tense, and I do feel it's important to have time, especially between the 4th and the 5th, to meditate. If you can take a moment in time to sit back and enjoy yourself, it really will benefit you this month, and I feel it's super important to look after yourself moving into the 3rd week. So yes, we're discussing at the moment the aspects of the first 2 weeks. There is a potential, even during the first 2 weeks, that one can get quite burnt out. So try to not overbite more than you can chew, and the best should be yet to come. I do see this to be an enjoyable time, and a lot of things in the mix that require balance. But overall, there's nothing I feel you can't handle. By the time we reach the 2nd week, yes, we may experience a little bit of fatigue, and routine will be key. If you do feel that you're needing a checkup, as I'm not a medical physician, always follow your intuition and get it done, especially from your astrological aspects. Okay, intuitively, what do I see for you? I see excitement. There's a lot of excitement. I see anticipation. I also see that I'm seeing light and day, and I don't know why I see this as light and day. You're having this reconnection to yourself, especially to do with like your dreams. That's sort of how it's been shown. But I do feel particularly you're going to have 2 circumstances play out. This can be over the next 2 weeks. One's going to be really great, the other is not looking so great. But I do feel it's something you're in awareness of regardless, but it does come up out of nowhere. And I do feel it's changing your direction of the way you're moving pretty indefinitely. We'll check back midweek to see how this plays out. Take care. Thanks for joining our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so. Yes, you can actually get your posts on the go. Bookings, webinars, updates, notifications, and more. We also provide YouTube notifications if you didn't know. Yes, we will see you for each edition online with YILDIZ Readings, potentially more to come. Have a blessed month.